cruel world, happy mind means just that. In a cruel, unjust world, you don't have to lower yourself to their level.
Oh, this is going to be about how she's better than everybody. Whoa.
You can still find ways to be kind.
Didn't you like downplay the fact that Ethan Klein had CPS called to his house? I'm just saying.
I want to be a positive presence online now more than ever.
I want to be a really positive impact on the world with my Charlie D'Amelio video essay.
I do feel like there's been moments on my channel where I've kind of lost the plot.
Her entire page is full of slam dunks. This is how she's always been. And then she got dunked on.
I was developing a small and niche audience base who just would watch my content because they were excited for another dog pile.
Who would have thought? How do you develop a toxic audience? Oh, because you're a toxic person.
That being said, my research has very high standards.
You researched a lot, but your interpretation of research is stupid. That's your problem. And what that means is you wouldn't spend the majority of your video showing tattoos Ethan got of his kids drawing on him as proof of him doing drugs and scratching himself. This is a cope video. It's Cruel World Happy Cope. All right, guys, let's get this started. Let's see, did she take the video down? Wow, she kept the crash out. Well, I don't know if it's a crash out yet. We'll find out. But yeah, you know, we got Cruel World Happy Mind. She made a video. Another response. What is this, like her third or fourth response? Let's see, she made her main video. Then she made 2 responses on her main channel. Then I think a live stream response. She's done so much. Wait a minute. What the hell? Excuse me. She made her main video, 1 response on the main channel, a live stream response on that other channel. Then this is another response here. And she went on like Chris Kunzler's stream, and she went on Ethan Klein's stream, of course, before that. This is like my best advice to you guys. This is exactly how you should handle criticism. If somebody criticizes you for getting something wrong, you need to make like 4 or 5 responses. And you need to make sure you say the same things over and over again, because obviously if people don't agree with you, it's because they don't understand what you're saying. It couldn't just be that you're wrong. It must be because they don't understand what you're saying. I don't know what she's doing, but man, you know what? It's almost Christmas time, and we love it. We love this. But yeah, I don't know why she's responding anymore. She needs to just stop and move on and make more content, which she already has been doing. Right? Like she made this video 2 weeks ago, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Cool, great video. Looks like you've moved on. Just keep moving on. Why are you doing more of this? I don't know. Maybe she's addicted to the higher views. I don't know idea. But what's funny is yesterday, Nicholas Diorio had sent me a tweet. He said, Papa Guy, can you take a look at this? And he sent me this. This is actually in Cruel World's Happy Minds video about Ethan. This is like unironically verified. And this is when she's talking about Frogan, Denims, and Casey-tron. And she linked, for whatever reason, she put this Denims channel. This is an official YouTube music channel. I'm not kidding. This is what she put in there. This is literally made by like an Asian guy. This is the music. Pretty good, honestly. Shout out to them. I don't know if you could hear it in the actual video. I might have to take it out if it's DMCA, but either way, it's pretty good. But that's not Denims. The going theory here is that like there's a pretty high level of incompetence for her to put this in here. She said she has an editor. Very highly doubt that. Instead of Denims' actual channel, you know, when you just Google Denims, boom, unofficial edited clips, blah blah blah. There's other stuff. Denims TTI archive. I'm sure that there are other ones that you would have chosen over that one. I have a different theory though. This is a theory that I want you guys to follow me with here, okay? Here's my theory, okay? Maybe she's incompetent. Maybe this was intentional. This is a conspiracy theory, but why don't you hear it, okay? Casey-tron and Frogan, they are not considered conventionally attractive. I personally like bigger girls. I'm not trying to body shame them, okay? This is not what this is about, right? So you would think that with somebody who looks like this, who wears, I guess, a child's head thing, that's interesting. You would think, hey, they wouldn't perceive a threat from these 2 women here. By the way, very beautiful women, I think, okay? But maybe, just maybe, she would perceive a threat from Denims, a more conventionally attractive looking woman. So it's possible that Cruel World Happy Mind intentionally snubbed Denims here just because she felt a little self-conscious about how maybe she feels like Denims is more conventionally attractive than her. That's just a theory. I would not doubt that. Okay? I wouldn't doubt it. She seems like somebody, and I'm not trying to be rude, but she seems like somebody who's deeply insecure. She's responded like 7 times already to this situation. She won't stop doing it. She is a pseudo-intellectual. I really think, I mean, that's my going theory. I kind of believe that one. I feel like she intentionally did it Because I don't think she has an editor. I know she says she does to try to push off blame. I don't think that she does. I think that she intentionally did that just to say kind of like a fuck you. Because why wouldn't you click on the channel and be like, wait a minute. Like, let's see, click. Why wouldn't you click on the channel and make sure that this is the person that you're talking about? Also, why wouldn't you go to their Twitch? They're Twitch content creators, not even YouTubers. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's just my theory. Papa Gut theory. I wanted to share it out there. Something interesting, something to mull the mind over. You know, it's something that somebody that it's a perspective only a deep intellectual would come up with. Okay, so I'm a deep intellectual. I obviously understand women. Call me Mel Gibson, without the anti-Semitism. Am I right? There's a movie where he reads women's minds. Anyway, let's get going. I think I'm showing my age.
I don't think this is this on? Okay.
You could have edited that out, but she intentionally left that in to seem quirky.
Hello.
Hi.
My channel, Cruel World Happy Mind, means just that.
Just to be clear, I want to just reiterate this picture here. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful picture, by the way. I'm going to steal that picture of her for the thumbnail. It might be in this video. This is a thumbnail for a different video from the Papa Got Leftovers channel. In the description, this is a video about how Hassan won't stop pretending that he used to be broke. It's insane. He was broke at $60K a year. Wow, incredible. 10 years ago. Beautiful. Anyway, this is the type of hat that you would expect somebody who... This looks like a hat for a kid. Right now, me personally, I love kid stuff. Except for actual kids. They piss me off. Right? I'm wearing a Bulbasaur. I think it's normal. I think that it's a nostalgic thing. I grew up with Pokemon. She grew up with teddy bears. I don't know. Good, bad hats. I don't know. Anyway, in my opinion, interesting that she's wearing a hat of a child. I don't know. Something to think about. I think it's also important to note that it's... Some people would call it interesting that she has a lot of child stuffed toys around here. Me personally, I think it's normal. Some people might find it interesting. Some people might find it interesting that she, you know, is she trying to appeal to kids? I don't know. I don't think so. But some people find that interesting. So yeah, let's continue.
In a cruel, unjust world where people treat you unkindly and unfairly.
It's kind of what you did to Ethan, though.
You don't have to lower
You just read a snark page.
yourself to their level. Or
oh, this is going to be about how she's better than everybody. Guys, she just needs to make you aware that she's better than everybody, and she's not going to lower herself to the level. The person who just started looking into Gaza and Palestine and then tried to morally shame us. That's the person. Guys, I don't really know anything about what's going on. A week later, guys, I'm a fucking expert. Ethan Klein. He doesn't like Palestinians. Oh, very interesting.
Or let their treatment get to you.
Whoa.
You can still find ways to be happy, to be kind, to treat others with kindness, even if you don't feel like that's how others have always treated you.
Didn't you like downplay the fact that Ethan Klein had CPS called to his house and then 2 human skulls? I'm just saying, you know, like that's crazy to me. That's quite a bit of a stretch. I would have stayed out of that. I would have stayed out of that pond. I wouldn't have jumped in that river, you know?
While I feel like throughout my time online, I've always treated others with good faith.
No, not at all. What?
I do feel like there's been moments on my channel where I've kind of lost the plot.
I just want to be absolutely clear with this young lady, probably. I don't know. I'm an old man. Her entire page is full of slam dunks. This is what it is. Like, if any of you were like, guys, I really like Cruel World Happy Mind, but I'm also an Ethan fan. And when I saw her Ethan video, I was like, wow, this is horrible. Just know this is how she always acts. I guarantee it. But this is how she's always been. The thing is that this is slam dunks. How much pushback do you think you're going to get from Mr. Beast or Fresh and Fit in her community or Matt and Abby? I don't even know who the fuck they are. Jojo Siwa? You think there's going to be any pushback from Charlie D'Amelio or this guy? Onision or Pearl David? Zero. And there's especially not going to be any pushback inside of her sphere on any of this stuff. You think that she was going to get pushback for a Colleen Ballinger video or a Illuminati? Of course not. This is what we call slam dunks. These are slam dunks. You think only Jayus? You think she's going to get pushback? No. What she does is slam dunks, and that's fine. But you make slam dunk content. The topics that she talks about, you could typically say anything that you want about any of these people and sensationalize it to any degree. And I'm not saying that they're all wrong. I'm just saying these are slam dunks you will never get meaningful pushback on, ever. That's what she does. And then she made a slam dunk on Ethan, who she thought was a slam dunk. because she thought that he was more hated. But this comes like post iDubbbz hit piece. And so now people like Ethan because they hate iDubbbz so much. iDubbbz did what shit, just to be clear. But, you know, that's the way that a lot of, you know, mouth breathers interact with it. Sorry, I just need to breathe through my mouth. The point I'm making is that, like, nothing changed about her content. I doubt she's ever been charitable. She probably just goes on Reddits and reads stuff and goes, this is it. And she did that this time, and it backfired on her. And I don't even think that she understands what is going on. But because she didn't get backlash on any of the other videos, she feels like, oh, most of the time she's pretty good. Doubt it. I doubt that, like, all of this shit is snark bullshit. Even if some of the snark is justified, I guarantee all of this is, like, snark bullshit. Honestly, that's all it was. She thought she was going in for a slam dunk, and then she got dunked on. That's it.
Or I've lost sight of that bigger picture. And right now, I really want to get back to that. Right now, the world feels so incredibly dark and scary and, well,
that sounds like a racist dog whistle, am I right, guys?
Cruel. There isn't much positivity in the world. And I was also thinking lately about how it doesn't really feel like there's been much positivity online. Back in the day,
well, yeah, it's because we have a dickheaded president in office.
Sorry if I'm pushing away any of my conservative fans. Also, you know, you're kind of fuck you, but
yeah, things are tough. You're so true, Queen. So true.
Uh-oh, it got muted. Who did that? That was probably God. I think that might have been actual God saying, stop listening.
Activity online. Back in the day, there were so many YouTubers who it felt like were incredibly positive. And
wow, like who? All the performative, everything back in the day was just all performance. You jumped into the H3 snark sphere, and now you're like, things used to be so positive. It's not. It's because you jumped into a toxic corner of the internet. There's even toxicity coming from Ethan, not nearly as much going towards him. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that. But like, the whole thing is toxic. What do we do all day? We're all a bunch of catty bitches. You know, that's what we're doing. That's what I am. I'm a catty bitch. Okay, I come in here and we talk about online girl drama. It's funny. And it's funny. It's funny. It's stupid. It's dumb. I love it. I'm going to work next year on something different that's a little more serious while also doing this, so don't worry. But that's what this is. And you jumped into it. And that's really what you've always done, is like catty bullshit. But now it feels negative because people are being a meanie to you and you have no idea how to handle controversy. That's what your problem is.
And every day, I feel like that number is dwindling in favor of drama and infighting.
It's always been drama. Bro, YouTube back in the day was basically a reality TV show. Like Trisha Paytas, who she dunked on back when it was popular to dunk on her and now defends, her whole entire shtick was to just be a sensationalized caricature of somebody. That's why she was going on and making like weird videos, pretending to be JonBenet Ramsey, like a young girl that was murdered. And some people think it was by the father. While also she was doing some kind of weird, like sexualized version of it. It was very strange. Saying that she identifies as a chicken nugget. That's what the internet used to be. If anything, things have calmed down as the YouTube atmosphere has created literally hundreds of pockets. YouTube is massive now. There's tons of different pockets on YouTube. You put your hand in the pocket of a very toxic atmosphere, and you decided to read one of the most toxic pockets on the internet, which is snark, and then make a video against somebody. Okay, you have a very limited understanding of yourself and the atmosphere that you're in and the way that you interact with the world. You've decided because people are mean with you that like you have a very one-dimensional view of the world. People are mean to me, things are getting bad. That's it. Things are rough in general. But like you don't have your finger on the dial. You're making this video post you snarking somebody. That's it. Sorry.
I also kind of feel like a lot of the negativity in the world, as well as my own grief and depression, started to affect my own content.
Oh my God.
You know the saying?
Probably depressed because her views aren't very good compared to what she used to get. Right? Like she was getting like, a million, like 500,000 to a million views. And then lately that's slowly been declining down. And instead of adjusting with the market, it's called making short form content. You know, watching through your old videos and plugging that on social media. She's just keep battering herself into a wall and her content's getting worse and worse and worse. And that's why I'm telling you, and I'm not even saying it's getting worse. I'm just saying it's like getting lower viewed. We'll say it like that. I want to make sure I'm clear. And instead of adjusting to the market demand and starting to, go through her back catalog and start to make clips of her old stuff, what's she doing? Oh, let's make it an easy Ethan Klein slam dunk. That's it. That's what it is. I'm telling you, content creators, like in general, when your views go down, you tend to like be upset. And when your views go up, you get like you get a high.
and you feel really good about it. It can be a very toxic cycle, but she's not putting any effort into like expanding her content base. She's just continuing to make stuff and try to stay insulated on here, except then she decided to make a whole different video that dipped into a new fan base. And then still comparatively, it's not like an amazingly performing video. It's like pretty average with all her other stuff. And then after that, she makes some weird follow-up crash out, and now she's back onto it, but people are sick of her right now, and so people aren't really feeling her. So she's feeling very in the low.
Be the change you wish to see in the
This is a cope video. This is literally a cope.
world.
It's cruel world, happy cope.
I want to be a positive presence online now more than ever.
Dude, you make fucking drama content. You're not a positive presence. Stop it. I want to be a positive presence. The fall of Anna Paul's disgusting TikTok empire. I don't even know what the fuck that is. That's my amazing presence. Okay. Piper Raquel. I don't know who these people are. Sydney Smith, I know who she is. Okay, I saw her nipples on some kind of carpet. That was crazy. Personally, I prefer them a little saggier. But that's just me. Anyway.
I think lately that's the biggest lesson that I learned. I started making content in 2020 because I was really struggling with social anxiety. Oh,
dude, stop it. Oh my God. I made content in 2020 because I was social anxiety. I don't believe that. I think that you made content in 2020 because like you wanted to. And then the boom happened because of COVID. And you're like, wow, I'm doing really well. Who does content because of social anxiety? Maybe you were doing content because you're terminally online. You didn't have any friends. That's not me trying to be negative. I'm just saying, like, I think that she's young and people going through COVID. That was an insane time, very antisocial time, but whatever.
Also kind of thought throughout my life that no one really cared what I had to say.
Some of your intuition is not wrong.
May not be the most well-spoken, and I'm forever working on that. But when I learned how to make YouTube videos and edit what I was saying down into a comprehensible video.
I'm sorry, didn't she say that she had editors? That the editors were the ones that snarked Ethan? Oh, wait, never mind. Now she edits it. I'm confused. Are you the editor or are you not the editor? I'm very confused here. We're all over the place here. I love this minimalistic style backdrop, by the way, which was very intentional. This whole thing is an art piece. This is what white girls do. They think everything is super deep. So she's like, let me just stand in front of a black wall, or she's probably sitting or something, in front of a white wall, very minimalist, a little bit, wholesome, quirky. Put my little, beanie on. That some people say is interesting because it looks like somebody that's young would wear that. And I'm going to make this video, and I'm going to start off with a quirky little, like, oh, is this thing on? Is this thing on? What are you auditioning to be the fucking peanut gallery of the Muppets? Like, what was happening here?
Which helped my social anxiety because I didn't feel like I needed to be perfectly well-spoken right away. And then on top of that, I was able to post these YouTube videos and find a community who actually cared about what I had to say. And
it's so beautiful for you. I love that. Book clubs work too.
We're listening. I had never felt so heard in my life. But because of that, I need to work on.
Some say she hasn't felt. She feels like Amber Heard with the way that she plays victim.
Being as positive of an influence as possible. I want those who have ever felt the same as me silenced.
Dude, come on, bro. Positive influence. You make drama content. Please stop. It blows my mind because I would like, you know what? Actually, I was gonna say, like, I think that my content probably has a little bit more socially influential or has the capacity. We talk about like social stuff and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, but she's just. And even that's not that big of a deal. Like what I'm doing is is nothing. But even at least what I'm touching on would come closer to having either any type of an impact on any conversation than whatever she does. Like, what are you doing? You just fart. You just want to have a really good impact on my Charlie D'Amelio fucking video essay. I want to be a really positive impact on the world with my Charlie D'Amelio video essay. What about my JoJo Siwa one? Reddit, please help me. That's a fair point. That apparently Nicholas Dior and Tom, I don't know if it's Turkey Tom or somebody else, I don't know, but they have a theory she didn't watch any Ethan content because then they would have known how to pronounce bad Emanamba. How did she say it? I don't remember. Anyway,
by those around them, to know that eventually you can find a space where your voice will matter, but also when you find that space, how you use your voice matters as well.
Thank you so much for this enlightening video.
I think because of the
I've only been making content for. Didn't she say that she hasn't been making content for very long? She's only been making content for 5 years, and like she's still learning. Isn't that her whole entire thing? I'm still learning, and you're gonna info dump with us now.
Frequency that so many post online, it becomes really easy to be reckless with our voices. While I don't think it's
I'm perfect. I'm perfect.
Healthy to expect people to be absolutely perfect with everything they say, always. As that limits vulnerability.
I've never done anything wrong in my entire life, especially on the internet, ever. I've never been a controversy. Okay, have you ever loved?
Line or people being open to learning and growing. I also think people can fall down rabbit holes, become so caught up in negativity, and
that's what the snark is.
Lose sight of the plot. I'm wanting to.
Okay, you gonna apply that to yourself, girly pop?
Completely break away from that, and I have my own ideas on how to do so or how I'm working on it. But
you could just keep making your content.
Bad in a panda, in a pinata. Is that what it was? Bad and pinata. Yeah, right. You could just keep making your content, and you could actually put some effort in and do like short form content as well. But yeah, fuck me. What do I know?
But I'd love any positive input on how I can also create more positivity and light in this space.
I know, you just shut up. Stop talking about Ethan Klein. This is an Ethan Klein video. I don't care. Just make your content again. Stop talking about this. It's fun because this video is going to do probably decently well for my channel. But like, it's like, oh my God, stop talking about this. Stop it. You didn't learn anything. You got hit with controversy for the first time in your entire fucking career because you talked about something that wasn't a slam dunk that you thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. And now you've been just like perseverating on the thought for weeks. That's it. A month, really. Just move on. Okay? Your views are going down because you don't know how to exist in the atmosphere nowadays. Short form content is how you exist in the atmosphere. Put some more effort into that. Okay? You want more views? Don't go after some easy like slam dunk bullshit where you just read like a fucking anti-fan Reddit. Go and put some effort into your shit. Make some clips. What are you doing?
Though for clarity purposes, I want to make clear I won't be deleting any of my past video content, mainly for legal purposes at the moment.
What? Oh, she might be sued.
There's been so
we might have another video to watch of her soon. So the grapevine is saying she might be the next one to get sued by Ethan.
Much misinformation spread on me, literally blatant lies, that
blatant lies, guys.
I will be keeping up original videos for my own legal protection.
I don't know how that happens, but okay. If anything, it would be, I'm not going to take them down because then I would feel like that would admit fault legally. That makes sense. But misinformation, I have no idea what you're talking about.
This video is not in response to any of that, just my own personal reflection. As within all of the misinformation, all of the bad faith actors online.
Bad faith. She's not one of the bad faith actors. That's Snark Ethan, by the way. We're the bad. I'm bad faith. That's what it is, apparently. It's incredible.
I do think that there's bin some valid input that I've wanted to reflect on and really take in so that I can grow within my content. Though I won't be deleting my...
Oh, okay. You there's say, guys, everybody's a bad actor, but there's some valid input. What is it?
Don't worry about it. Wow, it's incredible. I love that so much.
My own content, as I make more and more positive content, I might be changing some of my old titles that I think might be too harsh or negative.
Oh, so like, what did I say before? She's like, I used to be a positive presence or something like that, but I've changed and gotten meaner. What? Oh, wait, what happened? And I was like, no, she's always been this way. And now she's going to go back and change titles because she's always been this way, guys. Like I said, I'm a genius, dude. I'm a genius. Call me a good enchilada. You know what I'm saying? Smart guy. It's incredible stuff.
As again, on reflection, I don't know if that's what the world really needs right now. A big thing I've been realizing...
Guys, the world basically has been spun into chaos because of the title of my Charli D'Amelio video.
Throughout all of this is that, I don't know, maybe I listen to feedback too much. That's definitely something that I've heard a lot. Ultimately, that's
not really the issue. It's not that you've listened to feedback too much. It's that you won't stop talking about it and responding and doubling down. It's okay for you to look at feedback and let it sit with you for a couple of months. You don't need to change all your shit instantaneously. You should have had your little Ethan conversation and you should have just moved on about your day and stopped making like tons and tons and tons of more content after the fact, going on fucking like, Ethan Snarker's fucking live streams and doubling down and reversing everything that you said. That's what you should have done. Like, let the information hit you and let it settle in. If you keep pushing yourself out there in this way, like, okay, that controversy hits you. If you just continue to interact with the controversy over and over and over again, you keep going on with it, it stays fresh in your head. So you have no chance to take a deep breath and like recenter yourself because it's still very fresh. But if you just take a step back from it and like, you know, months go by and you look back, you're like, okay, my energy's not high anymore. Oh, you know what? This is probably bad. Oh, you know what? That was probably bad. Oh, that's what you need to do. This is like, it's called being an adult. You should, I mean, I don't know. You know, I guess it takes every content creator a while to figure that out, especially if it's like, especially if you've been like, you haven't gotten a lot of controversy before, which she probably hasn't. Well, she definitely hasn't, you know, but still.
Stand strong in my content, and I encourage you to watch the content and form your own opinions.
No, thank you.
As always.
Should we watch one of her old videos on a topic that I know a lot about and see if we and just
I know a lot of you have and have loved watching me for years. I think a lot of people.
She did an Only JS video. I could always watch that one. I was literally connected to the Only JS drama, so I literally talked to Only JS behind the scenes on how she should interact with the drama that she was in, and she did not listen. So it's kind of on her.
I've thought when I take in feedback that's me somehow admitting that everything I do is bad. That's not the case. Personally, I'm just always dedicated to growing and learning and doing the best that I can. So no matter who is providing criticism to me, if I think there's something valid within that criticism, I'm going to take it in and try and grow the best that I can.
But that's the problem, right? It's like what you're saying is that if somebody makes a criticism of you, if you think it's valid, you'll take it in. Okay, like, but how do you root through that productively right now since your energy is so high and you're still in double down mode? Like, even this video is like you kind of sweeping for your reputation in some capacity, because you downplaying your interaction with everything, and you're trying to find too much of a positive mode. Oh, I'm in growth. Oh, I realized that I wasn't being negative. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna chill out. Let things sit with you. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of like super meaningful announcements on your content channels. I'm really not a big fan of that. I don't think that it's most of the time, maybe sometimes it's appropriate, but most of the time it's inappropriate, and you can have like silent growth. And if you had something that you wanted to announce to people, like you've made changes, you can announce it in a video that has something to do with something else and not making it so like active and meaningful and like intense. It always, I don't know, to me, it always feels almost like, I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels unnecessarily intense, especially when it's something about how you become a good person, because you get locked into this like almost, I'm like growing virtue signal. Like, yeah, everybody grows with information, but like, hey guys, let me make like a meaningful video about how I'm actually a really good person, and I'm going to take in feedback, which makes me better than other people, and I'm going to try to be more positive and change my Charlie D'Amelio title to something a little less mean or something. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, great. Like, why the fuck did we need to hear this? Just do that and keep it to yourself. Are you bragging? It's like if you fucking donate $5 to the Salvation Army outside of the fucking Stop and Shop. You're like, oh, guys, I did that. That's me. You know, so I did that. Frankly, I think that what they should do with these fucking Salvation Army people is instead of donating to them, you should pay them to stop hitting the fucking bell. $1 a minute. You know what I mean? Oh, you want me to stop doing the bell? $1 a minute. Here's $5. Shut the fuck up for 5 minutes. That's a great idea. I think that's fantastic. I love that. I love that idea, okay? Because it's so fucking goddamn annoying. It drives me nuts. Also, I'm pretty sure the Salvation Army doesn't like gay people. Something to do with them not liking gay people, so I don't donate to the Salvation Army. I don't do that at all. I give my money directly to gay prostitutes because I'm trying to help marginalized groups, and I'm just a good guy like that.
And genuinely consider it. That being said,
I will genuinely consider it, guys.
A lot of people that have criticized my research are terrible researchers themselves.
Oh shit, like who?
My research has very high standards. And
okay. Good talk.
While recently I have upped those standards even more to
on the one newest video?
Provide the most accurate information. That does not mean that my research was not far better than most content out there. And I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that.
I don't care. I don't care what you think or how you feel. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care. Even if you researched a lot, but your interpretation of research is stupid. That's your problem. And the organization of information is very, very, very necessary and important. Facts aren't the only thing that matters. The way that you portray a fact is something that matters as well. We can get super woke. Let's get woke. This is something that Crew World Happy Mind will obviously understand. I'm going to speak to her in her own language. It's called woke speak. Because she's obviously cares a lot about different marginalized groups. That's why she just started educating herself on Israel-Palestine this month instead of, for the past 2 years, because she's so fucking woke and cares so much about people. Right? If I was a shit fucking idiot I would sit here and I would say, I would give you the 1352 statistic that black people commit disproportionately higher crimes, right? That's a fact, but it's an idiot fact because we know the reason is because of a history of systemic racism and a bunch of other like economically suppressing factors that have made it impossible for really anybody, not just black people, but anybody to, financially grow at this time, right? But you can still portray that information like a dumb piece of shit racist. You could Charlie Kirk the fuck out of that information. And you could just be an asshole about it and like talk about how you don't think that every time you see a black pilot, you get scared. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know? That's what we did here. So when you have information where you know something like Ethan Klein had human skulls sent to his house, or you know something like, CPS was unjustifiably called on his children. When you hear that information, you would categorize it appropriately. And what that means is you wouldn't spend the majority of your video showing tattoos Ethan got of his kids drawing on him as proof of him doing drugs and scratching himself, because that would be unrealistic. That would be a dishonest portrayal of information. You wouldn't go on and call him like crazy and paranoid and not really emphasize that a lot of that craziness and paranoia comes from like a targeted harassment campaign that falsely sent CPS to his house, right? That's the problem. So like you can do as much research as you want, but what you do with research could make you a fool. I mean, the whole Tylenol thing that was going on, there's research that says that there is not a direct correlation link between taking Tylenol and autism. There isn't. It just doesn't exist. There might be one, but there's no actual causation. We don't know. There might be an association, but there's not like an active causation. So what it could mean is maybe taking a shit ton of Tylenol when you're pregnant will make your kid autistic. Probably not. That's what Trump and RFK want to say. Or maybe the conditions that you're under that make you want to take Tylenol put stress on your body in a way that could cause some kind of incongruency in your pregnancy. I don't know. But like you see how we take information and we could throw a narrative onto it. That's what you're doing. You're narrative framing everything. That's your problem. So I don't care if you think your research is good. You've decided to narrative frame in a way that's anti-Ethan Klein because you thought it would be a slam dunk. That's what it is. That's what you're saying. So like, I know that she's trying to feel like really morally strong and powerful and feel good about herself here, but her framing of information is just off. It's not accurate, it's not congruent. It doesn't make any sense. She doesn't make any sense. She's coping. That's all it is.
To be 100% upfront, the main thing that has led me to really reflect on this and try to make a positive change in my content has really been realizing the amount of misogynistic women that had been following me prior to all of this.
What? Misogynistic women? Crazy hot take. Guys, remember, she was so threatened by denims that she wouldn't even feature her in the video and instead put a random music channel. That sounds kind of misogynistic to me, guys. Now, is that a fact? I don't know. But like I said, I'm an empath. I'm woke. I'm never wrong. I'm a genius. That's it. That's all. You guys might be upset with that. You might be like, probably you're not always right. I'm always right. The problem is that you can't comprehend it because you're not always right. That's all it is. Okay? And that's what it boils down to. I'm just a fucking genius. And anytime that I'm wrong, it's actually a learning moment for me. And I get better from it, which means I was right in the first place. I was right to have that learning experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm never wrong. So just keep that in mind, guys.
An archetype that is worse than the pick-me. Essentially, a pick-me is a woman who desperately wants to be picked. So they'll try and differentiate themselves against other women, pit themselves against other women to highlight their...
What the hell? Wait, I've never heard of this. What is this? What is this? Did you learn that in your Pearl Davis video? What a pick-me is?
Unique qualities. This type of archetype is completely different. It's almost...
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even understand where you got here. Are you saying anybody that follows Ethan Klein is misogynist? Or hates women, even if they're women? Bro, Ethan Klein is literally like catty girl bait. Women love Ethan Klein because he's catty. He's a straight catty man that loves to be petty and makes girls feel like they're allowed to be petty because they obviously need a man to tell them what is and isn't okay. I'm just kidding. But that's what it is. Me too, by the way. I don't give a fuck. I'm petty too. It makes girls feel good to have a masculine presence telling them that it's justified to, talk in length about Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo or something, which I don't know why I haven't made a video on that yet. It seems like a kind of thing you would talk about. Just go look up on their Snark Reddit. I'm sure there's tons of stuff on there. Just go take a look, you know? So something to think about. The difference between me and Ethan Klein is more feminine than me. You know, by the way, femininity is a beautiful thing. He's a little sassier than me. He's 5'6", usually associated with being a girl. But that femininity is beautiful. We need... In the same way that people ask me to take stuff off the top shelf, I need a shorter person to ask me to take stuff off the bottom shelf. We don't really look at things like that. He does have he's a little insecure about it. He has other people set their chairs lower, and he sets his chair higher when they're doing like the podcast. That was what I was told by my undercover source. But yeah, that's what it is. Sorry.
Almost like they have such a deep self-loathing and self-hatred, are so maybe unpickable, that they dedicate their time to the downfall of other women around them and are...
Wow, that's interesting.
Completely...
And you insinuated Ethan Klein was a pedophile because she made some of her clothing was a little bit, I guess you would say, childish, like your fucking hat. When in a world of nostalgia... critical thinking and overconsumption, it makes sense that people would have a bunch of nostalgic crap on them at all times. Like, that's why I have Pokemon. This is you could consider this immature, and that's fine. I don't care. But it's because I have nostalgia from doing something when I was a kid, and I have the money to purchase shit that I don't need in my fucking house. That's where this comes from. Capitalism, am I right, guys? We have the money, and we have the mental space to constantly perseverate on a nostalgia from other things. You know, we're also constantly riled up because we're in like like, you know, information overload media space right now with the internet, just constantly getting blasted with shit into your fucking brain. So that's where like nostalgia stuff like that comes up from. That's it. But you turn it, like, you try to be so fucking pseudo-intellectual. You insinuate that she's a pedophile, and then you want to sit here and talk about how like other girls that disagree with you are pick me. You're literally saying that you represent all women. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you doing? What the hell is happening here? This is insane. Stop it.
Comfortable with the most horrific misogyny in order to participate in bringing down other women around them. And when I was looking online...
Is that Nisa Johama?
And to see if there's a term for this, there is none. There's
isn't it pick me?
only the pick me. And then beyond that, there's nothing. But this is happening very much online because
all criticism of me, by the way, is sexist. I just want you guys to know. You cannot criticize me unless you're sexist and homophobic, because gay people love me, and so do old ladies. Those are my two demographic. Older women and gay men think I'm hot. I think that's a beautiful thing. So if you ever criticize me, you are ableist, ageist. It's a different word. And you're also homophobic, because there's not a single gay person that dislikes me in the entire world. Not since I put up my armpit shot on Twitter. When I did that, people were like, ooh, that's crazy. That's hot. That's just what I've been told. Gay men love armpits. Me too, by the way. That's what I was told by my wife's best friend. He's gay. So is his husband. The fun fact. When it came to... They only knew about Hassan Parker because of that armpit pic where he was like that. Apparently the gay Twitter went crazy for that. God bless. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's beautiful. I don't think that gay Twitter went crazy for Hassan downplaying homophobia in China, unfortunately. By really not even talking about it. That's unfortunate. He's gonna have to do something to make up for that, but you know, it is what it is.
So my audience base is made up of women. I would often discuss feminine things happening online, but I didn't realize that through this, I was developing a small and niche audience base who just would watch my content because they were excited for another dog pile.
Oh, she's doing what I said. She made toxic content, but it was easy slam dunk stuff that she would never get any back. This is fucking incredible. All she's doing right now is admitting that her content is slop. That's it. She's trying to over-intellectualize, admitting her content is slop. She's saying there's a portion of my audience that watched my snark-ass fucking content because they liked snark shit. Who would have thought? But she would never get any kickback from it because, again, it's all slam dunks. She's self-reporting. Okay? She's literally self-reporting in this one. Holy shit. All of her videos are either self-reporting or ulting and starting to cry and then talking about someone else's tragedy as if it's her own, you know?
I didn't realize that until I saw them say...
This is what I'm saying. I'm a fucking genius, dude. I told you the whole time. I'm never wrong. Right now. I called it. That's all she's saying. Guys, I developed a really toxic audience. How do you develop a toxic audience? Oh, because you're a toxic person. Like, I learned that. I developed toxic audiences in different platforms because I was a toxic person. I like edgy fucking jokes. So my Instagram, toxic people. Now I post more, left-leaning political content. And they're not happy about the magical apple curse joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's life. You develop an audience. You did this because the way you were representing yourself online. What are you talking about, dude? What?
Some of the most blatantly disgusting misogynistic things.
Like
and
what?
we're surprised
like what is, give me an example.
See that they were women that
give me
were
an
saying this.
Give me an
but
example.
When I reflected on my own content, I could kind of see how I got there. So
can you give me an example?
Overall, I'm hoping that shifting my content into a more positive light will
make
it very clear that my content is not about making fun of women.
I guarantee you all of her content is about reading through snark Reddits. That's what I think most of her content is just reading through snark Reddits. Because that's like a really good collection of information. If I did video essays, boy, I'd be all over fucking snark Reddits, dude. That's what you would do. And I'm pretty confident that that's what she does. She goes on Reddit and she looks into stuff because there's usually a pretty big collection of information. She reads through stuff and then she develops a script of just like putting that up there. And Reddit in general, online spaces, especially anonymous ones, which is like every online space, is very toxic. So you get to an online anonymous space that's generally pretty niche. Reddit is more mainstream, but it's not very mainstream at the same time. And so like you go on there, you see a bunch of fucking people that don't have to attach a name or a face to what they're saying, and they just like shit on other people. And she reads through that and she tries to make it, she takes that, collects all that negative energy and negative information that has as disingenuously stated about a person as possible, and then she just takes it and she says it in a way that comes off as nice, right? It's like a nice tone, but like a mean thing to say, you know? I'm okay. we're gonna do it. I don't care. I'm okay with gay people, but I just don't think that they should have the basic human right of getting married. Like it's conservative speak, right? Like it's like, oh, I'm saying something nice that's really shitty about somebody. Yeah, I know, but fuck you. Like, that's what you're doing here, okay? It's not hard to see. What are you talking about? It's been all your content. Stop pretending, please. Be honest for once. Fuck. Whoa, play.
And if that's all you want, you will not get that from me. And overall, shifting my content to be more positive isn't just a want, but a need. I agree that even some of the titles of my videos can feel overdramatic and have a negative tone, which can just add to this feeling of the world being hopeless. Instead, what if I posted inspiring stories?
Nobody would watch you. Just letting you know.
The stories that should be remembered. The stories about redemption. Of course, that doesn't mean that there won't be sad...
Show the story of Jesus Christ. It's a beautiful story. Put it up there. I love that one.
Moments.
We're missing like 30 years of his life, which is unfortunate. I would really like to know, like, maybe through his hoe phase. Yeah, everybody's got that phase. And by the way, it's a beautiful thing. He was friends with a lot of prostitutes. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I think it's beautiful.
Or some evil people within those stories. Reality isn't just all sunshine and rainbows, and toxic positivity isn't healthy either. But in a world that feels so hopeless and cruel, where I feel dragged down recently, I want to be the change that I wish to see in the world. And
wow, this is stupid.
Show that there is hope and happiness can exist in places big and small.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I love that. I love that. That just felt like something that somebody who's homeschooled would say, and I love that so much for you. All right, well, I can't wait to see another response video from her. That's going to be a lot of fun. Wow, she just looks miserable here. She just looks like she just hit like such a big... I think she started to cry.
Hope and happiness. I want that.
There's a moment in this video where she started to cry.
Be the change that I wish and cruel, where I feel dragged down recently. I want to be the change that I wish to see in the world, and
that's where it is.
So that there is hope and happiness can exist in places big and small.
Damn, she looks like she wants to cry here. This is where she cried. Look at her face. That's so sad for her. This is such a massive cope. Oh my god, that's gonna be crazy. The worst part is she's not gonna be able to afford therapy for this situation after Ethan probably sues her.
Sorry. I'm just being a little catty and petty. That's me. That's why I'm popular-ish. Bye.